I fully intended on vlogging this entire day, and then I woke up in a mood that we are not going to talk about. But basically I made breakfast and then moped around and decided that I absolutely needed to get out in nature and ground, so I went for an extremely long walk. And I've been reading my new book, so you guys know I'm on like an Ellen Hilderbrand theme. So I'm reading The Beach Club. I'm 90 pages in. Yeah. I also mentioned in the last vlog that I'm making a bunch of changes when it comes to my finances, so I just figured I would show you guys. Where is that book? The book, the catalyst, if you will, for me losing my mind, basically. This is the culprit, and I cannot recommend that book enough. Like, truly, it's a lot of it is like common sense, but like just worded in a way that just, you know, sinks in a way that we all need. Hopefully I'm not making you guys dizzy roaming around like this, but anyway, I have been on my little like self-care kick lately. So I've been drinking my water. I actually need to refill this. And I've been washing my face with my new Innisfree face wash, and then doing my toner and my serum. I explained it in the end of the last vlog, and my skin is doing better. Not perfect, it's only been a few days, but much better than it was. My skin was freaking out. It still is freaking out a little bit. But it is Tuesday, it's 5 o'clock. I leave tomorrow at like 2:30, and I have yet to pack anything. So what I need to do today is at the very least make a packing list. I need to make sure I bring all of my self-care that I just bought so that I stay on top of that this weekend. And I also have work to do for tomorrow that I keep putting off. Oh, I wanted to show you guys my flowers. I have the nicest, sweetest, most thoughtful clients in the world. Like, truly, I can't even explain how amazing of a community I have at my job. I need to show you guys these gorgeous flowers that one of my clients bought me that truly just made my entire day. Like, are you kidding me? These are so gorgeous. And like, I love lilies and I love roses, and she doesn't even know that, but like, this made me so happy. And I have them next to Kaya's little bed that I still have not moved. And then I have my flowers on my table here. I almost always have flowers here. It just makes me happy. Again, I love lilies, hence the theme. This just has a little bit of baby's breath and some greenery in there to kind of like spruce it up a little bit, but we love her. I also decided that I'm sick and tired of paying $70 to get bikini waxes, so I bought this on Amazon a while ago, and I've been actually using it a lot. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like when I'm going on like a true beach vacation, I still go and have a professional like handle everything. But for when I just need a little cleanup situation, this is what we're doing. So yes, I have that going. Yes, I plan on doing that in like an hour by myself. Sorry if that's TMI, but there is that. I am waiting, but I also am gonna wait until my skin honestly like fully clears up. Like, we are almost there. I think by next week my skin should be back to normal, but once that happens, I'm gonna go get my eyebrows done, and also I'm gonna go get my teeth whitened, which I've never done, and I'm a little bit scared because I have really sensitive teeth, but I've been looking at some options, and I know they have ones for like sensitive teeth, so that is gonna be on our to-do list. September is going to be a new me. We are locking in. I'm just done with my own BS, basically. I'm done with it. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna go fill up my water and then make a little packing list, and then maybe we'll start packing now. I don't really know. But I do have an entire thing of clean clothes in my dryer that that I need to fold and put away and possibly pack some of that. So we're gonna have to do that too. I've started the packing process. So it's gonna be like 60 something in the morning and then high 70s in the afternoon. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna bring overalls and a pair of shorts, and then I can change in to those. And then I have 2 pairs of leggings, 2 tank tops, and 1 sweatshirt right now. And then I'm also gonna bring a rain jacket that is a fleece lined rain jacket, so it'll be warm as well, that I can throw over this. And then I just have like sweatpants and a fleece here, which I'll probably wear Saturday because we're gonna be leaving that day. So we're gonna shop in the morning and then probably leave like after lunch. So I think sweatpants will be fine. And then I'll just throw a tank top with this. And then I have these pajamas from Victoria's Secret. These are my favorite pajamas. I absolutely love them. And then the shoes I'm gonna bring are probably my Converse. We're at Brimfield. It's like 60 degrees out right now because it's, I think, like 7:15, but we're gonna go grab coffee and then head to the fields. I'm just wearing black sweatshirt and leggings and some Converse, but I'm bringing a jacket because it's kind of cold, and some shorts to change into because it's supposed to get up to like 75 degrees, I think, later today. So it'll be a lot warmer later this afternoon. But we are headed out. I'm so excited. I just want to go shopping. I haven't been shopping in a long time. It's late. It's 8 o'clock. We got back to the hotel at like 4, I want to say, and I like passed out for an hour and then ordered a burger and fries, and we've just kind of like been chilling because we're both exhausted. Like, we got to the fields at 8 a.m. and we were walking the entire day and kind of like eating and snacking as we shopped. But the one thing I will say, the first day, every time we come, like, we never really buy much, and I'm always kind of like, I don't know, maybe this trip, like, I'm not gonna find anything, and that might still happen, but usually it takes me like a day to kind of like get in the zone and see what there is and then like get excited to buy things. Obviously this year is a little bit different. I'm not on the hunt for anything. Like, I have most of what I need, so there's only a few things that I've like been keeping my eye out for, and one of those is a like vintage bed frame. So anyway, I am exhausted. I'm going to be in bed until tomorrow, until we go back to the fields. We're going to start at the other side. So today we started by the church. If you're familiar with Brimfield, it's like where the Cumberland gas station is. When you come in that way, we started on that side. I went to Quaker Acres, so that's like, I want to say almost halfway through. And so we did all of that, and then tomorrow is the auction opens, so we'll probably do that either tomorrow or Saturday because it's open both days. So I'm not really sure which day we're gonna go, but we're gonna start on the other side and work our way in tomorrow. That's the plan. But I will see you guys in the morning because I need to sleep. Like, I'm exhausted. My whole body hurts from today and I need a massage. So I'll see you in the morning. 4:15, but it started getting like really dark and really windy around like 12:30. So we knew that a storm was coming in, but it wasn't supposed to come in until later, and it looked like it might be coming in a little earlier than we anticipated. So we hit a couple of the fields. We hadn't gone to the auction fields, so we did that today, and then we ran across to Maze one last time. So just kind of went through a couple of the vendors to see if they had put anything new out, and a couple of the vendors had like marked everything down like 50% off, so we kind of checked those out. But ultimately I did not buy anything today. My mom actually did really well this trip, and got some really good deals and some really cool things. I was being a little bit more selective, I would say, just because I don't need a lot, and the things I did need were like bigger items. Like I was looking for a bed frame and a coffee table. So I did buy a trunk, which I'll probably show you guys in a later vlog, because I just put it in my garage for now so that I can kind of like handle my living room situation. I'm trying to figure out if I want to sell this piece that I had bought for Kaya, because the likelihood of me getting a dog that is smaller is slim. I will probably get a big dog if and when I get another dog, so I don't think that this will likely be big enough, and I don't want it to sit here and go to waste when I know that someone else will use it and appreciate it. So I'm sort of thinking of selling that on Facebook, and then possibly putting the trunk that I just bought here, or my other thought is to put it in my bedroom and move my little bench. I'll show you guys the place I'm talking about. So right now I have this, which I actually also bought at Brimfield from a place called Knock on Wood. I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago, but my other thought was to put that here, so I can try it both places and just see what I think once I get it up here. And then the other thing I bought, I'll show you guys really quickly. I got 2 books for $1.50 each. This one is called An Island Summer, and it's based on Martha's Vineyard, which I've mentioned before, but I grew up going there every summer with my family. And then I just got Anne of Green Gables. I do not have this book. I've wanted to read this for a really long time, and I love that it's like the original version. So I got that, and then I also just thrifted a really gorgeous silk dress. So it's in this pattern, just has a little V-neck, and then it comes down just above my ankles, but it has a slit on either side. And I just thought that was so beautiful, and I got it for $12, so I really can't beat that. So I'm really excited about this because I feel like these colors I can wear in the fall with like a little leather jacket and some boots, or a sweater and some boots, whatever I feel like doing. But aside from that, I got a crate, the trunk, and then this. So very selective this year. I do want to eventually swap out some of my like dinnerware. I have a lot of like pottery dinnerware that I would really like to sub out for China, and sort of do like a fun, kind of like an Alice in Wonderland like vibe, but I have not honed in on that idea yet. And I have so much dinnerware, like I have so many plates and bowls, and I've just kind of collected them over the years from different thrift shops and antique stores and places I've been throughout the country. So that will be a later on project. Maybe that'll be something I look for next year when we go. I'm not really sure, but I was looking at a lot of the china, and they have some really beautiful pieces at Brimfield, but I just wasn't ready to make that transition yet. But the show was great. We had a really good time. The vendors are amazing as always. They're always so sweet and so helpful, and they're just like, they were there for a whole week, so they make the experience really fun. A lot of them are friends and they see each other every single year, and it's just a really great experience. Even if you like don't buy anything, it's just so fun to like walk around, and we had a great time. I'm really sad it's over. Like, I'm not really ready to go back to work tomorrow. But I do need to kind of clean up in here. I did not like Swiffer or do anything because I didn't know what I was gonna be bringing back. So I do need to Swiffer the floors in here, change out my bedding, and then like take a full shower this evening because I feel disgusting. Like, I'm covered in dirt and sweat and all the things right now. So definitely need to fully shower and change out the water in my flowers, just all the basic things that I normally do. But that was our little like weekend trip to Brimfield. If you have not been and you live in the area, I would definitely recommend going. Their next show is in May next year. So they have one in May, one in July, and one in September. Showered, I Swiffered my floors, I changed my bedding, and I'm just doing a little bit of laundry. So I threw everything from the last few days in, and then I'm gonna do a second load. That's like my sheets that I just pulled off of my bed. But I wanted to do like a quick breakdown at the end of this video for anyone who stayed and who is interested in going to the show next year or sometime in the future. So this is just my experience and my tips that I've learned over the last like 5 years of going to this show. One, the show is in Brimfield. It's on the border of Connecticut. We stay in Sturbridge. We always stay in Sturbridge. It is the next town over. With that said, I've stayed at 2 places. Typically we stay at the conference center. That is my preferred hotel. Reason being is they have a beautiful courtyard with like outdoor couches, fire pits, they have cornhole, and there's also a restaurant in the hotel. So typically the way that my mother and I do the show is we wake up, we get there 8 o'clock in the morning when everyone's opening, and we'll stay until like 3-4 o'clock. So we are exhausted by the time we leave the show. Neither one of us really ever goes out to eat afterward, and it's nice having the restaurant downstairs, because if you do want like a real meal but you don't really want to like get dressed or go out, you can grab food there, and if it's a beautiful night you can go sit outside. Want to say they do s'mores, but if not, there's a Shaw's literally not even a 5-minute drive down the street, so you can pick up whatever you need. There's grocery stores. The place we stayed at this time is the Holiday Inn. It is a lot less expensive. It was $50 cheaper per night than where we normally stay. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly option and you don't really care about the amenities, I would say that was a great place to stay. Very close to the show as well, and local to everything as well. The only thing that we didn't like about the hotel is there's no outdoor area, and in September when we typically go, it's so gorgeous out in the evening and you're so tired that it's nice to just sit outside and just chill outside until it gets dark out. Second thing, parking. If you go online, it's going to tell you that the further you are from the show, the better the prices are for parking, and that could not be further from the truth. So we park directly across from Maze every single time. It is $12. The one next to it is where the auction is. That's open on Fridays and Saturdays. That's $10. There are places that are more expensive. I would say stay in the area across from the Maze Flea Market field, and you'll see it. There's like a massive sign. It is a field that gets a lot of attention every year. It opens Thursday at 9 a.m. every single year, and people go crazy for that field. So there's a huge sign. You will not miss it. Some people bring wagons. I have not found that to be helpful personally. It depends on what you're buying. So a lot of what we buy is like little things for the house. So I've bought like bowls, pictures, little knickknacks, books, clothes. There is everything at this show. There's old toys. I mean, anything you can think of is at this show. You can just bring a couple of bags and bring things back to the car whenever you want. If you buy bigger items, the nicest part about this show is you can leave them with the vendors and go pick them up with your car. So for the trunks that we bought, like I bought one and my mom bought one. My mom bought two actually. We just drove into the field after and the vendors helped us load it into the car. So I would say if you are planning on going and buying furniture or even just like bigger items, just pay for it and then leave it with the vendor, write down where they are, what field they're in, and you can go in and pick it up with your car as opposed to walking with your item. The other thing I will say is do not be afraid to bargain. The worst thing they'll say is no, but most of the prices are jacked up because they're expecting people to come back and ask to get a better price. First day of the show, they're not going to come down as much. So today, Saturday, we got really, really good deals because vendors are tired. They've been doing it all week and they just don't want to pack up all of their stuff to bring home. So a lot of vendors will give you really good prices. And the last thing I will say is just do a little bit of research. If you're not someone who thrifts or antiques very often, I would definitely look up some of the items. So maybe I shouldn't be adding this on here, but I thrift, antique, go to flea markets all the time. Like I would say over 50% of my house is items that I have found. And I've learned that not all vendors are honest about their products. So a owner that I'm very close with once told me that one, you should never trust an antique dealer. And she said to download the Google app, just Google. And there's a feature where you can take a photo, and when you take the photo of the item, it'll tell you exactly what it is. And a lot of times it'll come up with links of what other people are selling either that item or similar items for, so that you can kind of get an idea of if you're getting a good price or not. So a lot of times if there's something I'm not really sure about, or if someone's telling me like, oh, this painting is worth XYZ amount of money and it's signed by this person and whatever, I'll look it up because I'm really not familiar with art. So if you are not sure about pricing, if that gives you a lot of anxiety, just download the Google app, take a photo of it. You can step to the side, you can step outside of their tent, and you can just kind of like go through and see if you're getting a good price and if the item is, you know, authentic or not. Sorry, my washing machine is like on the spin cycle and it's shaking. When it comes to food, there are a lot of food options at the show. There is a food court section. It is dead center of the show. You cannot miss it. It's like an entire area, and it has everything that you would expect to see in like a mall food court, basically. The food is very good. I've never actually heard anyone say anything bad about the food. I will tell you the one place not to get food from. There is a tent in Maze. Do not eat there. It is horrible, horrible, horrible. My mom and I both threw our food out a couple years ago when we went there. I would not recommend eating there. You will see people eating there. It's not good. That is the only place that I would say like truly avoid when you're at the show. But outside of that, all the other places are really good. I personally really like the taco trucks. There's like 2 or 3 of them, and they're on the opposite side of where the like food court food section is. They are along the street. You will see them. There are a lot of like lemonade stands and things like that. But in terms of food itself, breakfast, outside of the auction, there is a donut place. I will tell you, hands down, the best cider donuts I've ever had in my life. They all have like the little flags outside. It'll say donuts and coffee. Their coffee is just regular standard coffee. So if you are someone who likes like a latte or flavored coffee, you're gonna wanna walk a little bit further down towards Cumberland. So like towards town, not away from town. And there are 2 that are really good. There's one literally next door that you can get, and then there's one across the street And when you walk into that section, it's a little bit further in, but again, they have flags on the street that will say like coffee is here. The show can be overwhelming. It is massive. It's massive. And we do like 10 to 15,000 steps every single time, every single day that we go. The way that we've learned to do the show is we start at one end. It doesn't matter which end, but we start at one end and we'll do like half of that. And then we'll go across the street and do that same half on the other side. That's not always possible. Obviously, like if you're spending more time in certain fields, like you might not actually get through all of that. So you can kind of do it the way that works best for you. But what we found is start at one end, go in at whatever your halfway mark is, whatever time of day that is for you, go across the street and do that same section on the other side. Next day, we typically start at the other side and then we'll do the whole middle section at the end. However, there are fields that only open on certain days. Maze opens Thursday at 9 a.m. You have to buy tickets for it. You can buy them there. You do not have to buy them in advance. The auction opens Friday morning, same thing. I believe you have to buy tickets Friday. And it's open Friday and Saturday. Now the nice thing is the tickets are only required the first day. So if you wait until the next day, you can go in for free, which is what we do. So Maze is dead center. Like I said, it's right across the street from where we park. We typically do that Friday or Saturday. So the best time I would say is to go Friday before they're packing up. So go after lunch, like 2 o'clock. You will get such good deals. Same thing with the auction. I would go Saturday, same time. Like go anywhere from like 12 to 2 and you will get amazing deals. Those are both kind of central. So if that's something that you're interested in doing when they open, then I would do Maze Thursday morning, make that your first stop, and then go from the center and go outward one way, because it truly is like middle of all of the fields. Same thing with the auction. It's a little bit further out. It's a little bit closer to the entrance. So you can start at the auction Friday morning and then go all the way down to the end, go across, and then start on the other side. So all in all, I would start at one end, work your way to the middle. They go really far back. There are tons of vendors. Some of them are like the same thing over and over again, and you kind of like learn which ones that you can kind of skip over. But yeah, that's how we go about the show. We hit every field every single year we go. We've never missed a field yet. But it is really fun. And if you go or you've been, I would love to hear like your tips and tricks, because again, we go every year and I learn something every year. So anything that I miss, like I would love for you guys to tell me down below. Like let me know your experiences. And I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Like I love Brimfield. It's something me and my mom do every year. It's like our mother-daughter trip. My camera died. What I was saying is, this is my mom and I's trip that we do every single year. We love it. Like we have the best time. It's just such a fun weekend. Hopefully this inspired some of you guys to shop secondhand, no matter what that is, whether it's for your home, your closet, whatever it is that you're looking for. And I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I love this weekend. I always get really excited to show you guys parts of the show. Obviously I can't vlog the whole thing because I wouldn't be able to enjoy the time that I'm spending with my mom, but I try to show you guys some of the clips and some of the vendors, and hopefully you guys got a little bit of a feel for what it's like. But thank you for watching, and if you stayed to the end, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.